All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants with your Week 4 Giants film review. And this is my second time recording it because my recording device crashed. So please like and subscribe to support me, right? Like, oh my gosh, Bobby, I'm so sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to like, I'm going to subscribe. Hey, the Giants lost another game. Frustrating, right? You want to win the games. It sucks. But no matter how bad they are, how uninterested the fan base is and the team, this was my favorite video to do every week in the film review. When I just like breaking down the plays. I get to learn stuff, right? I get to, send it to other, people who cover football and like, what's this? And, YouTube this. And then also teach you guys some stuff. So it's pretty cool. So let's get into it. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Bam. All right, first play. I want to show like how important the nickel defender is for the Giants' run defense and how much they put on them. Because the Giants play from like exclusively light boxes, right? Especially in this game against a bad run team. They, before the final drive where they were just trying to run clock out, I believe they had 38 light boxes and 10 stack boxes, which is like, that's a really high rate. So when you do that, you have, they have 6 blockers, we have 6 defenders, which means a gap is open, right? Let's say we're accounted for here. Actually, it's different. Here, and this is the open gap, right? Well, here comes the nickel defender off the screen to fill it. Bam, beautiful, right? Plays right into it the way we want, right? Kayvon does a great job setting the edge here. Great job. Perfect. Beautiful. Nacho, not so much. Tyler Smith torques his ass out the club. And you'd like to squeeze this down more from Brian Burns, but here comes McLeod, right? Here's McLeod, right? Oh my, there's this big hole for the running back. McLeod comes and fills. Awesome, right? That's not awesome, but it's solid, right? It's a 3-4 yard run on first down and 10. You live with that, right? Especially when you're playing this type of defense, you live with that. But you gotta make the tackle, right? This is part of the problem with relying on DBs. You gotta make the tackle. Right? McLeod's a good run defender. But you got to make the tackle. Instead, it ends up being a 7-8 yard run, and they got second and short. Now, we're going to see the good of it, though. Right? Well, we kind of saw the good of it there, too, but when the corner does make the tackle. And this is why Andrew Phillips is leading the team in tackles for a loss. Again, light box. Right? So we got this gap accounted for, this gap, and then McFadden's going to have to play these 2 gaps. Right, this is where McFadden is playing. But when you do that, you have Brian Burns shoot into the backfield, right? Penetrate, not just play his gap, play the offensive lineman, penetrate, get in this gap. Well, you just disrupted that run, right? You just disrupted that run from this running back being able to play off of what Michael McFadden does. So he's forced to cut back off of it, right? They're running duo, double teams across the board. So one bad block messes it up. So if Burns is taking this gap, well, Okereke's got to fill into this gap. He does. Awesome job. So now the running back's going to bounce to the next gap. Well, guess what? This is where Nick McLeod does a really good job. Right? We play into the receiver. We bench him off of us. We turn his shoulders. We get into the gap. We get down upfield. Get in the backfield. Tackle for a loss. Right? So you see both the good and the bad of relying on the nickel defenders. It does lead to tackles for a loss, but also it leads to relying on DBs to tackle running backs or take on blocks. But good job there. Next play is the stutter and go to Malik Neighbors. Just nasty. And let's talk through this. One, just the little subtleties from Malik Neighbors. This is third down. We gear down like we're either running the hitch or a slant, right? So we gear down, and he's expecting something, right? So he's not in his back pedal anymore. And then we throw that foot jab, right? That right foot jab, the shoulder fake. Third and short, we got to stop the slant. That's what they're looking for. They want to stop the slant. DJ's eyes are on him. And you get this corner. Whoop, right? We're sliding across the field, and just the way to accelerate, and we're catching that ball like a center fielder. So awesome job by Malik Neighbors. Now we could talk about like the DJ Leadham more. I actually do favor in the sides when a guy's this wide open, just make sure it gets into his hands. But you would like this to be out here or so, right? Because the safety's not getting to that spot. I don't think it leads you to a touchdown, but it could, right? It could lead you to more yak. Because now if, like, so you see what the way the safety cuts off his ankle based on the throw. So he was heading like here, right? So he would be like right here. And then Neighbors would be there. So, like, he may win that foot race. It's not a guarantee, but he may win that foot race. Instead, he makes the tackle and stop there. And then the protection up front. Beautiful, right? Manhurts gives the chip on Micah Parsons. Thomas and Runyon do a great job. Stay connected. Right? They're stunting. Thomas powers down, takes it off. Runyon passes off to this. Great job by JMS. Nice punch there, right? He's one-on-one. He does an awesome job. This defensive end works inside. El Menor gets to his spots. He goes inside. We power down. We got the right tackle there to help. Slide in the pocket. Bam. Beautiful protection. Great job pass protecting all night from the offensive line. If you want to see them do bad run blocking, go check out the O-line report. I did a whole segment on it. Next play. By the way, this is mostly offense, but the first four of the first 5 plays are defense. Next play. On defense, 3rd and 3. Giants line up all these players on the line. Looks like a cover 0 or some type of blitz. Dak is expecting man. It works until it doesn't. Until their fullback is catching a pass on Cordell Flott. Right? So when you line up like this, right, you're either expecting them to rush all of them and place man coverage, right? So you'd be man, and then the one deep safety. But most of the time you're expecting some type of fire zone. Right, where, you know, they drop an edge, like we saw versus the Browns last week, right? You'll drop an edge, you'll send a linebacker. You're just trying to create a free rusher. But the Giants don't do that. They actually just drop back into a basic cover 2, so there's no, like, vulnerable, quick spots in the defense, right? Like, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys across the line. We got the 2 deep safeties playing the deep half. Right, there's no quick, easy throw here. Dak, because he's expecting some type of man coverage or a vulnerable spot, they have this slot fade to CeeDee Lamb, which is really not part of it unless they get, you know, this safety bailing to the right of the field. But basically, like, hey, if you got this, get it, but you should be setting the slant. They do a bad job of setting it up. But we got ourselves a triangle, right? Bam. We got 2 receivers, 3 defenders taking it over. Right? All right, so that's not there. Let's try and get to the drive route. We got 3 defenders around this. Maybe you fire that ball in, but guess what? We got pass rush, which we'll go through, right? That disrupts that. That disrupts that, so that's not there. So Dak scrambles up. And I just need some more. Like, that's a fullback, man. Play more aggressive on that. So don't worry about him popping outside on you. And they give up a catch on 3rd down. Right? Awesome job by Kayvon here. Time up the snap well. Push off that right foot. Tackles over setting, beat him inside. Disrupt the QB. Chapman's looping around. I just play this a little more aggressive. Like what are we hesitating for right here? Get in that window. Instead they get a first down. And now because they got a first down, they're going to get a touchdown. On this Rico Dowdle screen. And I do like the way the Giants play this, by the way. Right? We'll see it from this angle. But I love the way this corner plays upfield. You may want a holding on that. We'll see, you know, you can be the judge, but I'm not going to nitpick. And then I love when safeties play this aggressively. Right? Get there. But Michael McFadden just has to make the tackle on this play. Right? Like, it drives me nuts when a team runs a screen and a DB or a linebacker, they play it soft, right? So they'll see this and they don't want to, you know, get lost one way or the other, and they end up just not taking any lane away. But, like, you got to trust that he's playing out there. You got to trust that Micah McFadden is playing to this side and play aggressive. Force him one way, right? Funnel him back into the defense. So get upfield, force him one way, and you've done your job. So a good job by Tyler Nubin on this, but you just got to finish here if you're McFadden. You got to finish the play. Instead, touchdown. If you want to call a holding on this, maybe. But I don't know if it's really affecting the play anyways, so I'm not going to cry about that one. All right, back on offense. Third down, free play. Free play to Darius Slayton. And this is not really breaking down film, man. This is just observing. We underthrow this, man. Like, good job by JMS snapping the ball. And here, I want to say this. If Jermaine Eleanor is watching these film reviews, which he's not, I can't stand when offensive linemen do this shit. Stay in your stance. Stay in your stance. Stop trying to get the 5-yard penalty, because guess what? He's going to get the 5-yard penalty. He's going to get the 5-yard penalty. Stop trying to get the 5-yard penalty. Stay in your stance and get the free play. Get the free play. Like, you have a center that's taking the snap, right? JMS is smart enough for that. You know, not all are. Remember yelling at Billy Price to take to snap the ball. Stay in your stance, because if you don't, a lot of times they'll be like, call the play dead, and you don't get a free play. Stay in your stance, Jermaine. I love you. You've been a rock for this offensive line. I'm so happy. You're my favorite free agency signing in a long time. Stay in your stance. Anyways, they're in a cover 2, and Diggs is like, oh, well, they're definitely not throwing the ball deep because it's definitely not a free play. It is. Right, so he's playing the flats on this 3rd and long, or the sticks. I mean, and Slayton is open. You don't get that open. You don't get that many opportunities, right? We've got this amount of space. We've got a few steps on him. I mean, and look at how clean this pocket is, right? That's a clean pocket, man. We could scramble and get the first down possibly on this. And it's just awfully behind him, man. And that's points. Like, that's a missed opportunity right there. And we're bottom 4 in deep passing completion percentage, and that doesn't take in the fact that we've just been wildly inaccurate. It's not just they haven't connected on; they've been wildly inaccurate, and that is very frustrating. Next play action out of 11 personnel. You got zone coverage. You shift Theo pre-snap, running Yankee, right? Deep post, and then the over by Wandale. This is usually a 12 personnel play. Giants run out 11, and they tag something out of it, right? So you have the deep post, right? Usually the read on this, it's a 2-man route, and this safety bails, so you don't throw the post, and you look for the over route by Wandale, right? And the over route is actually there, but the Giants run this out of 11, and they tag the dig on it for Darius Slayton, and he does a great job on this route, right? Set up this defender. Watch the feet. Bam, 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 right? Get his hips open. Get his hips open. Gear down. Bam. Catch it. Plant our foot. Get upfield. Hold on to the ball. You're scamming me, man. And then a great job by Devin Singletary on this. Like, you're going to see, they run 4 out. Theo chips here. Usually, this is a 7-man or 7 or 8-man protection because you want to give these guys time. Right? You're running play action. You don't want to have any quick rushers. But the Giants run this as a 6-man protection. And guess what? They've got the blitz. Right? They've got this blitz coming off the edge. A great job by Singletary by seeing that this defensive end's crashing inside. This linebacker's not blitzing. Turn your head and find the blitz. Does a great job picking it up. Right? I've seen this before, man. I've seen this aboard where the Giants run some type of play action like this, and you get a free rusher off the edge because the running back doesn't make the adjustment needed, and the quarterback gets lit up. Or the play gets killed. But great job by Singletary. We step up in the pocket. Bam! Put it on him. Put your foot in the ground. Go. Go, 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 go. Nice chunk play for the New York Giants. Next play. Giants are going to run this fake screen, and it works. It works. Watch Trevon Diggs, right? They're going to throw the fake screen to Malik Neighbors. It works. Tyrone Tracy Jr., wide ass open, big play, probably should have been a touchdown. But instead, we get a penalty because these two don't know. I don't know what they're talking about, but they're not set. I don't know if they're trying to confuse them, by throwing some type of bullshit words, fake calls out there. But anyways, right? They bite on this, right? You look like you're setting up. They're fake blocking. He's like, I'm gonna destroy him, right? I'm gonna smack him, right? I'm gonna make a primetime play. And instead, we're way over aggressive. Get him with a little double move, and it's there. It's there. I mean, I'd like this ball to be a little more in bounds, and that would be 6 if they didn't have the penalty. But still, Tracy does need to get 2 feet down on this, right? Like when you take that left foot right here, you gotta tap that right foot down. You gotta tap that right. You can't just be happy. You gotta have better spatial awareness there. But it's all for naught because of a penalty. That's frustrating. Frustrating. Bad execution on 3 levels. Formation, throw, catch. Next play. This is where like inaccuracies kill you, man. The Giants up top are running the shock concept, the slot fade with a tight end, the juke, the hitch, and then on the backside you run anything, right? The Giants are running wrap, where they give Neighbors the choice route, and then Slayton the dig, right? So you're pre-snap pretty much you're getting zone coverage, right? You see the way these defenders are splitting between the formation and the receivers. You have 2 deep. This is most likely a zone coverage. So this is the front. This is actually the front side of the concept, right? And if they were in man, this may be the throw that DJ makes to Wandale. But you have the slot fade here. I know we can pause a play right here and be like, wow, he's open, throw that. If DJ is looking over there at this throw, this safety is playing aggressive towards it's not there. And even then, that's a tough throw. And then you're not going to throw the ball to Wandale Robinson because they're in a basic cover 2. Right? This is 3rd and 9. We're bracketed on both sides of this bracket. It's not there. Right? That's not there. So on the backside, we've got it though, right? Like pre-snap, we've got it. Pick a side, we've got it. And he does a good job, right? Up top, they have cover 2, like I mentioned. On the bottom, they have cover 4. That's called cover 6. All right, so you have a deep quarters defender, a deep quarter fourth defender, and then this player, right? So Neighbors does a good job challenging this inside, get the linebacker to sell. We're out here. Slayton occupies these 2 defenders with the dig route, and we're here. Money, first down, right? He's catching this. This defender is running with this. He's not making this play, right? He is not making this play. May make the tackle. He's not stopping you from a first down. And this ball's just behind him. So instead of leading him, look at the position our wide receiver's in. I mean, this is where the details, the little things matter, man. That's the difference between a field goal and first down at the 14-yard line. Not to say the Giants will be guaranteed to get in the end zone, because they definitely aren't. That's the difference right there, man. Put that out in front of him. And that's a first down. And you're living for the next down. Instead, the Giants are going to kick a field goal. Unfortunate. Next play on defense. We saw the nickel in the run defense. I know Isaiah Simmons is technically a linebacker here, but this is a 3rd and 5. And the Giants are going to run a cover 1 man coverage nickel blitz with Simmons. Or linebacker blitz, whatever you want to call it. But they're in 2x2. You essentially have, the nickel and the big dime. And, the money backer, which Isaiah Simmons is. So Dak sees, I probably got man coverage, right? You got the linebacker here with the back. They're in a 2x2, 2 up top, 2 down low. Probably going to get man coverage. I believe the Giants are thinking they're going to look for CeeDee Lamb. Right? And then by the time Dak gets to the backside of this, it won't matter. So you're going to blitz Simmons. And the blitz works, right? Awesome. Like the blitz does work. You set the linebacker to this side. They set the back here. The blitz works. But instead of being, and just true man coverage where Simmons is in man here, you have one safety roll down, one play deep. Well, we blitz this. We roll this safety up. Newman's got to get down here in man coverage on 3rd and 5. And there's no safety in the world who's breaking up that pass. Right? But you rally and tackle. And Newman does a great job on this. A great job rallying. I mean, a great job, right? The ball's not perfect because of the blitz. And he fumbles the ball. This is probably first down, but they get 4th and 1 and they go for it and make it, right? And that's so you tell me, do you like that defensive play call? Because if it works, it's sick, but it doesn't. And it gets them 4th and 1 and it gives them an easy pitch and catch in reality. And then the next play, Deonte Banks is going to give up a touchdown to CeeDee Lamb. in man coverage. Here's your basic cover one man coverage. And if it felt like the Giants were trying to get the ball away from CD, they doubled him a lot. This play, they didn't. And he ends up giving a touchdown. I mean, from the start here with Banks. You're supposed to be the more physical guy here. Right? You're the press man corner. You are supposed to be the more physical guy. Right? People are like, oh, is it Bowen's scheme? This is man coverage. This is what Wink Martindale runs. This is what Wink Martindale runs right here, right? And it's a nickel blitz as well, by the way. Let me point that out. So same play call. And we get out physical, right? You got to land this jam. You got to disrupt him. Instead, Lamb is more physical than you. And he wins. Easy. He's got you. Right? He's throwing you off balance with his power. You lose a step. You don't know where you're not able to turn your head and track where the football is. We're waving our arms at nothing, and we don't get this tackle. And then for the angle part from Newman, it's not the worst angle at this point right here. At this point right here, this is the correct angle. But you got to turn your head and look for the ball. And he does here, right? And see that, but at this point, it's late. Right, like you don't want to be staring. You want to get on your horse and go up the sideline. So I know there's it looks bad on TV, but he's going to the right spot. The ball's just underthrown. And here's what's frustrating, man. We pull up right here, and that allows CeeDee Lamb to disrespect us, disrespect you. Good blitz by McLeod here. We start jogging. We give up on this play. And he turns around and he disrespects you. And he throws the football. He gets a penalty for it. Man, you gotta chase down that play. You gotta win more than what you're winning at right now. You can't get disrespected like that. You know what's not disrespectful? DraftKings. At chills in there, leaves falling to the ground. And football every weekend. That's what football is all about, baby. You can make each weekend even more exciting by getting to the action with your partners at DraftKings, the number one place to bet on touchdowns. And guess what? You know what DraftKings isn't going to do? They're not going to take a football and throw it at you like CeeDee Lamb. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 will instantly get $200 in bonus bets when you use code WORLD. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. So download the DraftKings app and use now. Just do it now. So download the DraftKings app now. New customers use promo code WORLD. You guys know how to spell that. And bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code WORLD only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You'll be glad that you did. Now let's see a play I don't like. All right, back at it. This is that long pass to Neighbors. And hey, could Josh Allen, Mahomes, is there guys that can make this throw? Yeah. It doesn't mean that I still don't hate this play call, right? I think this is a special arms only type of throw, right? I think you can be a top 5 QB in the NFL and you're never asking to do this, right? So I like the idea of it, right? It can't hit. You can run the play again. But to me, not against man coverage, right? And they get the man identifier, right? This is a zone coverage only. Let's try and get them to screw up a coverage, right? Because you're booting to the right. So you get the whole defense flowing one way. That's the idea of it. And hey, at this point, does Neighbors have a step? Absolutely, right? But I'm sorry. That is a hard-ass throw to make. To roll this way, throw it across here. Now, I think there's QBs who you don't ask to do this, but make a better throw. But he's open. But the issue is this ball. The issue is not just he can't make this throw. It's just this ball hangs up in the air for a year, and that corner safety almost picks it off, drops it. So I don't love this play call. Especially like know who your quarterback is too, right? And that's not even a shot at DJ. Like, I don't like that play call at all. All right, next play. Again, I told you we're not going to do a lot of run plays because that's the O-line report. We did a segment on that, on their run game issues. Here, this one was so bad I had to put it in there. So the Giants are running counter. So the idea of this right here at the snap is Thomas and Runyon. Thomas is going to block down here. Runyon is going to check his inside gap just in case this defensive tackle jumps in here, but he's going to go to this linebacker. JMS should be sealing off this defensive lineman. Jermaine Alamanor should be blocking here. Greg Van Roten is going to kick and or pull and kick this player out. And then Bellinger, as the lead blocker, should block number 6. I want to start with the pull. You got to be better than this, right? I know he's not the best. You're not expecting him to. You got to get flat down this line, and we're trying to get inside his helmet, right? We want our helmet here, and we just accept this. There's one thing if you're Penei Sewell and you do this fake power, counter bounce it type of play. I just don't think that's what the Giants are doing, based on what the running back does, which is hidden inside this gap. Like, you got to get a piece of this, man. You cannot let him get inside of you. No, yeah. You can't let him get to this position on you. You got to get to this inside shoulder. Right, but Thomas does a good job on here. And unfortunately, I don't know if this is by design or what. JMS, I don't know where JMS is going. Because you have Theo, who's supposed to be blocking the backside of here. Elamanor's hinge blocking this player. Why is JMS... Where is JMS going? We should be going here. Right? You could maybe say... Nah, even then. Like, JMS needs to be blocking this player. He's right here. He didn't jump gaps on you, right? So it's not like you could just whiffed on a block because he jumped gaps. Like, this should be where JMS is blocking. Instead, Runyon picks it up because JMS doesn't. And that leaves this linebacker free. Bellinger is, Bellinger's left to clean up Greg Van Roten's mess, so he wants to give a piece to this end just to salvage the run. And then he turns his head like, oh, this blacker's not blocked. He gets knocked on his ass. I mean, this is a mess, dude. That is a messy, messy run. You can't have that type of shit. I mean... Essentially, 2 people end up blocking the right person. Actually, 3. Thomas. Actually, no, not 2. Because Theo... Go block this guy. I mean, I guess he does. He does his job. But I'll say 3 people did their job on this. Bellinger did tried to fix it. But he ended up just showing the domino effect of one guy messing up. And that's Greg Van Roten. And JMS as well, too. But that's... Block the right people, and you can't pull like that. It's just that's disrespectful. All right, next play. This is a play where I'm going to let you decide. And if you love Daniel Jones, you're probably going to side with him, and if not, you're going to be like, this is insanely bad. So this is 3rd and 4. This is that shock concept we talked about earlier, right? Remember when I said we hit the backside and DJ needs to lead neighbors? So this time we're going to design a throw to the front side because we have it versus man coverage. Now, it's a too high man coverage, but you don't have this safety playing the deep half. But DJ wants to hit this choice to Wan'Dale Robinson, man, and he doesn't get beat on it. And reality is, when you have this in man coverage, you're supposed to throw the slot fade. This is not a slot receiver, it's Theo Johnson. This is the throw you're supposed to make. Right? Unless this safety was to bail to the sideline, you should be throwing this ball right here. You should be throwing a back shoulder. Let's let my 6'6" athletic tight end make a play. Let's actually give him an opportunity. This should be the throw, right? But we're so fixated on giving Wan'Dale, throwing Wan'Dale on these choice routes that I don't know. I honestly don't know what DJ's pumping on, right? like you could say this because this is supposed to be the throw here, but I don't think it is because I don't think he holsters this if that's the throw, right? But let's say it is, and Wan'Dale does a bad job, right? I mean, he just gets bullied on this play. And, you know, we're not getting to the backside of this. But, like, here's the thing, man. I understand we got pressure here. And this is where you can call me a Monday morning quarterback. Because, hey, Elmanor gets pushed back into his lap. I don't know, man. I feel like we can slide in this pocket, right? I feel like we can, at this point, maybe, you know, we can try and make this throw, you know, slide away from this pressure. But again, I think that is a little Monday morning quarterbacking, so I'm not going to give you a definitive what the F. I'm just going to give you a, interesting. I'm going to hashtag notice it. I love that meme. All right, next play. What do we got here? Giants back on defense. This is actually the last defensive play. I told you this is going to be offense heavy. Just to show you how they were covering CeeDee Lamb a lot, especially on third down. And this wasn't a third down, but Kayvon gets this is the play, the sack that Kayvon gets. Like Giants ran more just 2-man, which is the 2 deep safeties with man coverage, than they had all year. Right, so we got man, man, man. Okereke is technically manned on the back. And this is like, all right, we're going to double team CeeDee Lamb. He's not beating us. We're not letting him beat us. And that's where Dak looks, right? They like to force feed CeeDee. It's not there. He ends up taking a sack. All right, so you take away that first read. This is a great play by Kayvon. Again, I was impressed with Kayvon's game. We get off the snap quick, right? Bam. We step off our outside foot, inside foot back. So 1-2, stepping off that second foot. Tackle oversets, quick hands to rip, keep your feet moving. Sack, good play. First sack on Dak Prescott since the Joe Judge era. Can you believe it? Who was the last Giants player to get a sack on Dak Prescott before that? That's a trivia question I actually don't know the answer to. I'd like to find that out. So let me know, because I'm going to be looking forward to that. And you're a watch to the end type of person if you know that. All right, next play. Back on offense. This is just nothing crazy. This is 4 verts with the hitches on the outside based on the coverage they play. Right? If they play bail coverage, you run hitches, but like this is technically 4 verts, right? So like look, vert. But the way they're playing their coverage on the outside, we hitch on it. Good timing from DJ. Put that ball outside shoulder. Nice catch from Slayton. First down. Nothing special. I just want to show you that's something the Giants have been running a lot this year, which they hadn't really run in a few years either. Like, hadn't really run it at all with Kafka play calling. Now, they've taken away some good things that I think that Kafka did, but that is something that I just want to throw in there. That's a play they've been running a lot. Next play. Oh, this is the neighbors in the backfield play. See, I actually did a breakdown on this of this play on social media. This is really cool. Like, I'm gonna. Not everyone's on social media, so if you saw it already, like you can fast forward to the next one. But I'm actually gonna spend the same amount of time breaking this play down because I really, really like it. And it's not just, oh look, let's get the, it's cool, right? It just looks cool because Malik Neighbors coming out of the backfield, or it's not about, oh, we got him a matchup on a linebacker. That's not what it's about either. It's zone coverage. So let's break it down. So, all right, so we shift Neighbors into the backfield. None of these corners follow. We're in zone coverage, right? We know that pretty sure. So the Giants, what they're going to run is they're going to run a sail concept or a flood concept, which is a high to low 3-level field, right? High, middle, low. Right? And it's a way to attack basic cover 3. Here's the thing. No one really runs basic cover 3 anymore, right? But the idea is that you would have Hyatt run deep, and you have this corner play deep with it. You would have Bellinger run the sail, and that would be the open zone. And then you have Neighbors or the running back come out here to the flat, and that occupies this nickel defender. That's the idea behind it, right? So, but here's the thing: teams don't run that anymore. They don't run basic cover 3. It's very rare. What they run is cover 3 man match, which protects yourself not against the flood concept necessarily. It does, but it was made to protect against 4 verts. Because if you guys have ever played Madden and you run 4 verts versus cover 3, guess what's open? The seams, right? You want to protect yourself against the seams. So that's what the Cowboys are in here. Like, this is cover 3 man match. So this is a cover 3 deep third defender. This is a deep third defender. This is a deep third defender, right? That's cover 3. So why is this player manned up? Well, to protect themselves against the seams, you have your nickel corner play with outside leverage, and you turn it into man vertically, right? If he breaks in, you pass it off to the linebackers, and then you get out to here, right? So he turns this into man coverage because it's vertical, right? And again, let's pretend this is 4 verts. Let's pretend this receiver's out here occupying this corner, and this player just plays the flats like he's supposed to, and this linebacker plays curl hook. Well, then this safety is responsible for these 2 players right here. And if they both run verts, that's a pass up the seam. So they man match it, right? Good job. Play with outside leverage. And when you man match it, and the running back goes out into the flats immediately, this linebacker gets rid of his curl hook zone and takes the flats, right? And then you have these middle field defenders here, right? So you leave the backside flat kind of vulnerable. That's the part you leave vulnerable, but you're usually not going to be occupied there too much. And then you have this linebacker playing that if that's what they do. So they awesome. But here's where the Giants attack from it, right? They put 4 to one side, right? So now that they've man matched, this player's cleared out, this player's cleared out, this player's occupied with the flat defender, and you get Malik Neighbors out of the backfield into all this open area, all this green grass. And this player actually does a good job reading it and seeing what it is, right? Like, he does as good a job as he can going to make a play on it. But instead, it's completed. Bing, bang, boom. How about that, right? DJ checks with the back to force this player to push out. Hang in there. I mean, let's look at the pocket too, right? I mean, this is fucking beautiful, dude. When's the last time we go through a film review and the pockets are just like this? That's beautiful. That's beautiful than a motherfucker right there. And guess what? You know what's going to happen? I bet you the Giants are going to bring this back at some point, right? And this time, this linebacker is going to push deep, right? Now we get to throw the ball to the running back. Get you an easy, quick pass, 8 yards, whatever. Make them take it away. Good stuff. Good freaking stuff. First down, New York Giants. Here's another play call I don't like. This is that 3rd down and goal from the 8. Throw to Wandale. I don't care if you think, oh, maybe if he throws it a little bit earlier, he has her. So you put Wandale in all this motion. They're in zone coverage, right? You show like you're going to orbit, kick him back out. This is not a bad play in itself. It's a bad play on 3rd and goal. Because that's just like, you're basically deciding that this player at the 15-yard line is a player that needs to get there, and you're kicking a field goal. By the way, it's not like they're setting up to go on 4th down. If they call this play to set up 4th down, may not be your favorite thing, but it's understandable. So, but you run stick, and when he catches this ball, could he throw the ball a little ahead? But that's still that's a hard play to make. That's just a hard, I just don't like that play call, right? Throw things into the end zone. If you're going to run stick, which I don't love running, literally run it from here, right? Because they're going to be looking for Neighbors. If you run it from here, right? Let's just, he's getting on his horse and running, right? He's not just sitting here in this zone. So he's got to run, but if you throw this ball ahead of him, you could turn up and you have a better angle. I just hate this play call. I really, really don't like that. I really don't think you're setting yourself up for much success when you call it like that. Next play. This is the 4th down and 3 slant to Neighbors up top. I mean, it's just, he's so freaking good, right? This is the beautiful thing about having a guy like Malik Neighbors. It's that it's 4th down and 3, and you get man coverage, and guess what? Forget stare down a receiver. Yes, stare Malik Neighbors down and throw him the football, right? You have Theo work vertically. on the post. This is that drive concept, right? Not on the post, on this dig basic route. The Giants converted this on third down versus the Commanders for 2 25-yard plays. So you have, this is the drive right here. Neighbors does a great job. Challenge him. That foot jab right there, right? That foot jab right there gets you that leverage. We get flat down the line. I mean, look how flat we're getting down this line. They're dead. That's how flat this line is. Bam. Beautiful, right? Trevon Diggs. I follow everybody. No, you don't. No, you don't. I don't know why you would take credit for it in this game. I mean, just stare him down, put it on him, first down. Right? That's the nice thing about having a Malik Neighbors. Like, you get man coverage, just make sure we're clearing out the area of where he wants to go. That's all you need. Just make sure you clear it out. Just make sure you clear it out because we're throwing the ball to him. And if you want to cheat and get over there, then I'm going to run up here and get a first down. It just makes it hard to play man coverage on third down versus you. Because you know that's where they want to go. That's where they want to go. They're going to go for it. I love it. All right, next play. All right. This is a completion. I don't like it. This concept is called wave. We throw the ball to Theo here. We turn 2nd and 10 to 3rd and 4. So wave, you have the deep post right here by Darius Slayton. And then it's kind of like deep mesh, right? Where you're going to have Neighbors and Wandale both run dig routes. They run it at 11 yards and 12 yards of depth. Crossing up here. This is another way to attack cover 3, right? So they're attacking cover 3, right? So you have the running back here, the post here. Guess where the open area is? Right here. Right here. And we take the easy, I feel like we take the easy throw. This is what it's designed for too, right? So don't talk about like, oh, you don't know the progression. Yes, I do. This is the throw we are trying to make. We are running this post. We are running this dig to clear up this route. This is the route that we are trying to clear up. And we get it versus man coverage or cover 3 where they match it and put her in the man coverage. Right? Diggs realizes what's going on and follows it, but he's too late at that point. And we take the easy throw. And look at the pocket, by the way, too. Hang in there. Right? We need points, man. We need points. This is the throw, right? When you see this safety bail and you look at this, which this is what you're supposed to look at, hang in there and make this throw. This is not screenshot. Like, again, it drives me nuts. People are like, oh, look, this guy's open. Okay, well, that's not the progression. That's not the read. This is it. This is what we are looking for. This is what we're looking for on 2nd and down and 10. Instead, we end up with a 3rd and 4. That drives me nuts, dude. That's the issue, right? Those are the things that in 2022 when DJ played really well, where you look back at the film like, that's there. That's there. Why are we not pulling? That's the reservations we have with you. Why is that not there? Why is that not being thrown? All right, last play. This is that 4th and 6 to Neighbors. This is a hell of a play by Daniel Jones. It's a shame they didn't convert this. So this is a 4th and 6. I guess you're expecting like quarters, but they're in cover 2 or cover 6. I don't know what we're expecting out of here to maybe throw this hitch, but it's not there. Right? I don't. Maybe you can throw that, but we don't throw it, right? And I don't blame DJ. Then we get to the backside. You're not throwing any of this. Like, you can maybe try and bang this in on the dig route to Slayton, but this guy knows that there's a dig route coming, right? He plays with inside leverage. Like, you can maybe try and put this in there, but this safety is looking for that too. So we scramble. And this is a hell of a throw. You're going to see it from the other angle. But I want to cover this before we get actually into that. Is I saw some screenshot warriors being like, why didn't you throw to Singletary? Well, one Singletary is blocking, right? So he's not really in DJ's mind. Like, here's Devin Singletary when DJ starts to roll out. And DJ starts to see, okay, Neighbors is going to look to break this in somewhere. Like, saying, oh, why didn't he throw here? Like, that's screenshot Warrior stuff. You'll see it from this angle. Like, I just... Like, you see this player running with Singletary. Like, he checks on Singletary, right? Checks. You see this player running with it. Like, maybe you try and fire it in there, but this is... Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you do throw the Singletary here. But this is a fucking thrower. Like, watch this. We put it on him, dude. Like, I know it's not the longest throw, but that is a throw, dude. That is a throw, man. It's a shame we don't hold on to this, because that's... Say the Giants end up going to win this game. That's SportsCenter top 10. That's number one play. They want to show off their product. Monday Night Football. This wasn't Monday Night Football, Bobby. What are you talking about? Thursday Night Football. But that's SportsCenter top 10 right there, right? NFL's king. They want to show football. We're not able to hold on. Unfortunately, Neighbors gets concussed. You see these guys start to celebrate because they thought it was a catch because this referee brings back Phil Mary. But hopefully you're feeling good in the Neighbors. But that I couldn't leave that off because that was a hell of a throw. So hope you guys enjoyed the film review. I know it's a little later, because it's Thursday Night Football, but you know what? We got some things to take care of. So appreciate you guys very much for watching this. And if you watch to the end, you are a true warrior. You got the heart of a warrior. We'll see you then. Until then, let's go Big Blue.